Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Noah and I wanted to welcome all of you to another installment of Monologue Monday here on my YouTube channel. Monologue Monday. In this episode of Monologue Monday, I want to candidly discuss how having more money in my life made me happier. With that being said, let's get into this installment of Monologue Monday. So for this episode of Monologue Monday, like I said, I want to honestly talk about how having more money within my life has made me happier. And I know, there is a saying, of course, that money isn't going to buy happiness and it comes down to other things and, this and that and this and that. But I do truly believe, honestly, that there is a certain amount of money that you need to have things that make you happy. And I'm going to kind of get into that in this video. I also want to clarify that when I say more money, I don't necessarily mean having, hundreds of thousands of dollars or, as a salary or anything like that. Obviously, that's the goal, right? I think we all want to work towards something like that. But for me, in this video, I'm more speaking on the side of being responsible with the money that you do have, which in turn will make you more money, right? It'll give you more money to work with on a daily and monthly basis. So one of the first ways that money having more money, being responsible with the money that I do have, has made me happier is that it has allowed me to feel more secure. It has allowed me to feel more safe. So what I mean when I say this is, of course, having certain benefits within your job and taking advantage of these benefits. There was a time, some time ago, where, opting out of healthcare benefits was something that, I needed to do in order to have enough money to do regular stuff in life, right? Eat, pay for rent, pay for the car, and, all of that kind of stuff. But when you kind of get responsible, when you actually buckle down with your finances and opt in to all of your benefits, right? Your health, your dental, your vision, it really makes you kind of go about your day with a little bit more ease, knowing that if something were to happen to you, bodily injury wise, or, when you go to the dentist and having, a cavity or something like that, that you're going to have a little bit of assistance from your insurance is something that really does help me, at least, in making me feel a little bit happier on a day-to-day basis. Another aspect that ties right into this is taking advantage of another healthcare benefit that your company might offer. I know all companies don't offer it, but it's your HSA or FSA accounts. And these accounts, in my case, the HSA that I contribute to, really makes me feel good about the future. And the way it kind of works is you put money into, this account. Eventually, the money will pool up. Sometimes your company might even give you a match, to a certain extent. So it pools this money even further. And what you can do after, a certain amount of time of putting money in there, you can use this money to then cover health-related costs that come up at, the hospital and so on. So if you're, a relatively healthy and safe individual and you don't have a lot of medical expenses that come up, this money will pool into the thousands over time. And at a certain point, you can even start, I believe, investing the money, depending on your employer's program with this. But you can start investing money and therefore gaining money and then using this money for healthcare related costs as well. And of course, it does help out that contributing to an HSA is, in my case, it's tax deductible, right? So it lowers my total taxable amount, and I get to see, thousands go into this account every single year. And, it makes me feel good knowing that in time, when I do start needing to pull or pay for more medical expenses, I'm going to have this lump sum of cash waiting to be spent, right? So it's a really good way to pay it forward, and it's something that has really made me go about life with a little bit more ease as well. Another way that I've gained quite a bit of happiness by being responsible with my money is planning for the future, right? So I think this is relatively self-explanatory. I talk about it all the time on my channel here, and that's getting on a solid saving and investing plan. And I understand that every circumstance is a little bit different, but I think for a lot of individuals, saving and investing is within reach. I've shown in previous videos how you can have a relatively, not even relatively, an extremely solid saving and investing plan with a pretty median income. And obviously there are sacrifices that need to be made with that, but it is possible. And that's kind of where I'm at as far as this point goes, is that by being responsible with the money that I am making, and like I said, and I'm unfortunately not in a position where I can say I'm making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I wish that were the case, but I can say that with the money that I do make, being responsible has allowed me to not only contribute to investing through my work-related 401k, but I've been also able to, do investing on my own, right? I've been able to open my own Roth IRA account that I contribute to in full every single year. And I also have an investment series on my YouTube channel here where I put away about $1,400 to $1,500 every single month. And the way that this kind of investing, this kind of saving really makes me feel happy is that it really ties in similarly to my first point about bodily safety, is that this is more of a security blanket for the future, right? So there's a few different ways that it comes into play. The first way is that, if something were to happen with life and, employment isn't an option or anything like that, there's a chunk of money that I can lean back on. Obviously, this isn't something that anybody wants to do, but it is an option. And the more important point that has really led me to wake up happy, 99 days out of 100, is that you can always sit back, after a hard day's work or whatever it is, open up your accounts and see the growth that you're having, right? See the contributions that you're making on a weekly, monthly, bi-monthly basis. And it really motivates me and makes me happy knowing that in the future, and you can calculate it if you want, but in the not so far future, there's going to be a pretty sizable chunk of money in these accounts that I can use to potentially retire early or give myself an early retirement gift or, anything like that. And that's something that is obviously strictly monetary, right? You can't get that kind of happiness from not having money, right? You need money to have that kind of security, that kind of feeling that you're going to be okay in the long term. And being responsible with the money that you are making and ensuring that you are contributing a healthy amount to all of these accounts is one way. It's just another way, part of me, that I've been able to garner a lot of happiness in the recent years. Another way that having extra money, being responsible with the money that I do have, has led me to be happy is by permitting me to take on new endeavors. I think it's really easy for a lot of people to get kind of caught up in this rhythm where they have their direct deposit or their checks weekly or bi-weekly, and everything on that check is designed to go to something, right? Maybe your rent, your car, your food, your entertainment, and maybe some saving, some investing. But as we know, that's not as common as I think we would want it to be on a national scale. But that's it, right? So it doesn't necessarily leave you with a lot of extra money to do fun stuff, right? Sometimes some people will take on fun endeavors when they actually shouldn't, right? So that's an irresponsible thing to do. But being responsible with your money opens up quite a few doors to have extra money to take on new endeavors, take on new activities, new sports, right? You could get involved with biking or tennis, like I have. You could get involved with new hobbies, like making YouTube videos, right? Something that I'm doing at this very moment. This hair in my face, but having this kind of extra money is going to inevitably allow you to try new things, right? You could use this money to travel, right? You could go to other states, other countries, even, depending. Honestly, going to other countries might even be cheaper than going on vacation to Florida or something like that. But these are the kind of things that being responsible with your money can give you. And I am a firm believer that we need variety in our life, right? We can't just go on every single day doing the same job, the same grocery checklist, the same food, the same Netflix show. and shitty Netflix show probably, because I don't find many of them to be that good anymore even, and expect to be happy, right? So being responsible and being able to take on new endeavors in your life, things that you wouldn't think to try, we already know that they cost money, right? There's no getting around that. But being responsible and having that extra money to take on new endeavors, new forms of art, if you want to start painting, if you want to start, like I said, exploring content creation, if you want to just travel, right? The options are quite literally endless, but it takes being responsible to achieve those things, right? And that's another way that being responsible with my own money and giving myself more money has brought me quite a bit of happiness in the recent years. The final way that money has really made me happier, I think, is one of the more important ones from my list here, and I think it maybe resonates with a lot of young individuals, maybe specifically male, because I'm a guy myself. But this is feeling accomplished, and I know that's super vague, but give me a second to explain. I think it's really common now for a lot of individuals, to see certain types of lifestyles on social media, in movies, in this and in that, and kind of compare that to ourselves. And when we start comparing ourselves to, unrealistic, fake stories or whatever it is, generally we tend to feel pretty bad, because it makes us feel like we aren't as accomplished, or we aren't as good. And I think this can be quite detrimental for a lot of young, male individuals, because it tends to make us feel potentially lesser of an individual, because a lot of the things that we see on social media tend to be kind of an exaggeration, right? They tend to be unrealistic circumstances where the individual is just financially privileged for whatever one reason or another, or sometimes it's even fake, right? So we've seen that quite a bit. But I think this type of comparisons that we have through movies, media, whatever it is, tend to make us feel pretty bad about ourselves, which obviously isn't conducive to being happy at all. So by being responsible with the money that you do have, and ensuring that you're hitting different financial goals and saving goals and investing goals and so on, is a way to kind of circumvent this, right? So certainly you're not going to have a yacht, or a sports car maybe, or a mansion, or all of these watches and stuff like that, but it's going to make you feel pretty good about yourself. It's going to make you feel just that much more confident, knowing that you're putting away enough money every single month to potentially have a early retirement, or a very solid retirement, or be able to put quite a bit of money down on a dream home that you want by a certain period of time. So they're little steps that contribute to a much bigger picture, but you need to start, right? So you need to take the first step and be responsible with the money that you do have, get on a good plan, and then from there, you're going to stop really comparing yourself to, even people that are extremely wealthy, because deep down that the path that you are on is going to lead you to success. So there you go. Those are a few reasons as to how money has made me more happy in life. Of course, I want to hear your thoughts as well. What do you think of my list here? Do you think I have decent points, or do you think I am completely out of touch? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. As always, if you've stuck along this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for your time. I greatly do appreciate it. And as always, happy financing.